everyone, I am Aishwarya, an educator on Unacademy. You can follow me on Unacademy Learning app where you can find my other courses as well. In this lesson, we are going to discuss new words starting with alphabet S. And these lessons can help you out in improving your vocabulary as well as in clearing competitive exams wherein you have English as a subject. So please rate, review and share this video. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. So, as I have already mentioned in my introductory video, in this lesson we are going to discuss new words starting with alphabet S. Now, the first word that we have is salubrious, which means something that is good for your health. Example, you should take some heavy and salubrious breakfast before going to school. It means you should take some heavy and healthy breakfast before going to school. Next is satiate, which means to satisfy. Example, the salary he is getting is not enough to satiate his desires. It means the salary he is getting is not enough to fulfill or satisfy his desires or his wishes. Now next is saturate, which means to completely fill. Example, due to heavy rainfall, his clothes were saturated with water. So it means due to heavy rainfall, his clothes were completely filled with water or his clothes got completely wet. Now, next is serenity, which means relaxation. Example, I cannot express the serenity that I experienced after visiting temples. So it means I cannot express the relaxation or the relief that I experience after visiting temples. Next is scarce, which means something which is less in number or quantity. Example, the workers who know handwork are scarce nowadays. It means the workers who know handwork are less in number nowadays. So, as the advancement of industries has taken place, so the people are more aware of operating machineries. Therefore, the workers who know handwork are less in number nowadays. Next is scrupulous, which means putting efforts or caring about something. Example, he was scrupulous about starting a new business. So it means he was putting efforts or he was conscious about starting a new business. Now next is scrutinize, which means to check carefully. Example, she scrutinized the dress before purchasing it. So whenever we are about to purchase a dress, we carefully check its fitting, then all the other things about it, its fabric, its quality. So she carefully checked the dress before purchasing it. Next is segregation, which means keeping different groups separately or differentiating between two groups or two communities. Example, gender segregation is fading with time. So it means differentiating on the basis of gender is fading away with time. So as gender equality is increasing in our society, therefore gender segregation is fading away with time. Next is seminal, which means something having the seeds of future development. So something which is taking place today but it will prove to be beneficial for future is seminal. Example, his seminal speech is really going to help the students a lot. So it means his speech which is having something beneficial for the future is really going to help the students a lot. Now, next is simultaneously, which means occurring together. So when two or more events take place at the same time, then we say that they are taking place simultaneously. Now, example is both of these projects have to be completed simultaneously. So it means both of these projects have to be completed together or at the same time. Next is squabbles, which means fighting for small things or fighting for things which are not worth that. Example, these political squabbles are just out of my understanding. So it means these political fights that take place for small things or for petty issues are just out of my understanding. Next is stagnate, which means stand still or when something is not getting progress, then that is stagnate. Example, I don't know why, but the growth of this plant is stagnate. So it means I don't know why, but the growth of this plant is not getting progress or it is still, which means the development or growth of this plant is not taking place. Well, this is all I had, but there could be a number of new words that you can go through. As much you go through these new words, you will come to know a lot of things about your own vocabulary. You can overcome your weaknesses and then you will not be afraid of speaking as well as writing English. And whenever you will appear for competitive exams, you will be able to identify the meaning of these new words. I hope I was clear with the topic. Still, if you have any doubts or queries, please drop reviews. Thank you so much for watching.